So let's take a look at solving an exponential growth problem where we have to use logarithms. So the question here we've got is a scientist finds that the population of rabbits for a given area is represented by the function p of t is equal to 200 multiplied by 1.37 raised to the power of t, where t is the number of years after the initial observation. The first thing it wants us to do is to find the initial population. Well, the initial population occurs where t is equal to 0. So if we substitute 0 into the function, we'll find that initial population. But what we know is if we substitute 0 into this part of the function just here, that part of it is going to equal 1. So essentially our function is going to be 200 here multiplied by 1. So our initial population is represented by that 200 value here. So the population when time is equal to 0 is going to be equal to 200 rabbits. But now it wants us to use logarithms to find out how many years will it take for that population to reach 600 rabbits. Well, essentially what it's asking for us here is it wants to know when the p of t is equal to 600. So I'm going to substitute 600 in place of that p of t value. So we can say that, I'm just going to flip the function around here, that 200 multiplied by 1.37 to the power of t is going to be equal to 600. And from here, I want to rearrange this just to get the 1.37 raised to the power of t on its own on the left-hand side. So because it's being multiplied by 200, it means I need to divide both sides by 200. So when I do that, on the left-hand side, I'll have 1.37 raised to the power of t, and then 600 divided by 200 is going to be equal to 3. So now I know that 1.37 raised to the power of t is equal to 3. And what I want to do from here is I want to take the log of both sides. So when I do that, I'll have the log of 1.37 raised to the power of t is going to be equal to the log of 3. And now I want to use the log laws to be able to rearrange this and then isolate my t value. So I can rearrange this to be t log of 1.37 is equal to the logarithm of 3. And now I want to divide both sides by the log of 1.37. So my t is going to be equal to the log of 3 divided by the log of 1.37. Now this is going to be giving me the exact answer. From here I can put this into a calculator and find out approximately how many years it's going to be. So when I do that, my t works out to be approximately 3.5 years. Now when we want to use logarithms to solve exponential equations, we first of all want to rearrange our equation so we've just got that value raised to the power of the exponent, the unknown exponent, is equal to a number of some kind. Then you can take the log of both sides and rearrange it to isolate our unknown value.